Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching from. For the next few minutes, I want you to pause, take a breath, and really listen closely. Because what we're talking about today is not just about food, it's about freedom. It's about whether your legs feel steady when you stand up, whether you trust yourself walking across a room, whether climbing stairs feels normal or like a challenge you never asked for. And here's something many older adults never hear clearly enough. Weak legs are not always just a normal part of getting older. Yes, aging changes the body. That part is true. But in many cases, leg weakness gets worse faster because the body is not getting the nutrients it needs to protect muscle, support circulation, and help the nerves and joints do their job. That means this is not only a problem, it may also be an opportunity. Because when you start giving your body the right raw materials, sometimes the difference can be felt in your energy, your balance, your confidence, and the way you move day to day. Welcome to Senior Health, where we focus on simple, practical ways to help you stay strong, independent, and active as the years go by. In today's video, we're counting down 6 foods that may help support leg strength, muscle maintenance, circulation, and recovery as you get older. Some of these foods are common, some may surprise you, and the number one item is probably already sitting in many kitchens right now. Before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you noticed your legs feeling weaker than they used to? Maybe getting out of a chair takes more effort. Maybe your legs feel tired after a short walk. Maybe stairs feel harder. Or maybe your balance just doesn't feel as dependable as it once did. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Now let's get into it, starting with number 6. Number 6. Eggs. Eggs are one of the most misunderstood foods in the kitchen, especially for older adults. For years, many people were told to fear them. Too much cholesterol, too much fat, too risky. But for many seniors, eggs can actually be one of the most useful foods to keep on the menu. Why? Because eggs provide high-quality protein, and that matters more with age than many people realize. As we get older, maintaining muscle becomes harder. The body often becomes less responsive to the protein we eat. In plain English, that means the same amount of food that once helped support muscle in your 30s or 40s may not do the same job in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. That is one reason protein quality matters. Eggs contain essential amino acids, including leucine, which is known to play an important role in muscle protein synthesis. In simple terms, leucine helps send the signal that tells the body we need to repair and maintain muscle. And that's important for your legs. Your thighs, calves, hips, and glutes all rely on muscle tissue not only for walking, but also for standing, sitting, balance, and preventing falls. When those muscles weaken, even everyday tasks start to feel harder. Eggs also contain nutrients like vitamin B12, choline, and sometimes vitamin D, depending on the egg and your diet overall. These nutrients can support nerve function, brain health, and muscle communication. And let's not forget one major advantage. Eggs are easy. They are affordable, widely available, soft to chew, quick to prepare, and easy to include in breakfast or lunch. For many seniors who don't feel like cooking large meals, eggs can be a realistic way to get protein without much effort. A simple breakfast of 2 eggs with sauteed vegetables can be far more helpful than toast and jam alone. Not because toast is evil, but because your muscles need more than quick carbohydrates. They need building blocks. If you enjoy eggs, try pairing them with something like spinach, tomatoes, or avocado for a more balanced meal. And one more thing. If you've been skipping the yolk out of habit, talk with your healthcare professional before making changes. But remember this, the yolk contains many of the nutrients that make eggs valuable in the first place. Eggs are not magic, but they are powerful, practical, and often underappreciated. That's why they earn the number 6 spot on this list. Number 5. Salmon. If your legs often feel achy, heavy, stiff, or slow to recover, salmon deserves your attention. Salmon is best known for one major reason: omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats have been studied for their role in supporting heart health, brain health, and inflammation balance. And that last part matters a lot when we're talking about muscles and joints. As we age, the body can become more prone to chronic, low-grade inflammation. You may not feel it the way you feel a cut or a bruise, but over time, that background inflammation can affect how the body recovers, how the joints feel, and how well muscles perform. Salmon provides nutrients that may help support a healthier internal environment. But that's not all. Salmon is also a strong source of protein, which, as we just discussed, is critical for muscle maintenance. When you combine protein with healthy fats, you get a food that supports recovery and helps keep you fuller longer. And there's another bonus: salmon can also provide vitamin D, especially useful for older adults who may not get enough sunlight or whose bodies no longer produce vitamin D as efficiently as they once did. Vitamin D matters because it's tied not only to bone health, but also to muscle function. Low vitamin D levels have often been linked with weakness and poorer physical performance in older adults. So, if someone tells me their legs feel tired all the time, or they feel less steady than they used to, I don't just think about exercise. I also think about whether their meals are giving the body the tools it needs. Salmon is one of those tools. If you can, choose salmon a couple of times per week. Baked, grilled, or lightly pan-cooked are all fine options. If fresh salmon is expensive where you live, canned salmon can also be a practical choice for many households. You can add it to salads, mix it with plain Greek yogurt and herbs, or serve it with vegetables and a small side of sweet potato. What matters most is consistency. You do not need a perfect diet, but when foods like salmon show up regularly, the body often has a better chance to protect what matters. And for many older adults, what matters most is being able to move with less discomfort and more confidence. Number 4, dark leafy greens. Now let's talk about something simple, humble, and incredibly overlooked: dark leafy greens. Spinach, kale, arugula, collard greens, and Swiss chard may not sound exciting, but they can be very useful foods for aging legs. Why? Because your muscles do not work alone. Muscles need oxygen. They need minerals. They need blood flow. They need support from the nervous system. And they need a body environment that allows them to contract and relax efficiently. Dark leafy greens help in several of those areas. First, they provide magnesium, a mineral involved in muscle function. Magnesium helps with muscle contraction and relaxation, and many adults do not get enough of it. If you've ever dealt with leg cramps at night, twitching muscles, or that tight, uneasy feeling in your calves, it may be worth paying attention to your magnesium intake. Second, leafy greens provide nitrates, natural compounds that the body can convert into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps support blood vessel function, which may improve circulation. Better circulation means the muscles in your legs may be better supplied during activity. Third, leafy greens are rich in vitamin K, folate, and antioxidants. These nutrients help support overall health, including bone and vascular health, which indirectly affects how well you move. Now let's be honest, many seniors do not eat enough greens. And it's not always because they don't care. Sometimes it's habit. Sometimes it's convenience. Sometimes they just don't know how to make them taste good. So here's the key. Don't think of leafy greens as punishment food. Think of them as support food. Cook spinach with olive oil and garlic. Add kale to soup. Toss arugula beside eggs or fish. Blend spinach into a smoothie if chewing is difficult. The goal is not to force giant salads on yourself every day. The goal is to make greens a normal part of your routine. Because when you do that, you're not just eating plants. You're giving your body minerals, blood flow support, and nutrients that may help your legs do their job more smoothly. And when you stack small habits like this over time, the results can be meaningful. If you're finding value in this video so far, take a moment to support the channel. A like helps more people discover senior health, and subscribing lets you stay connected for more simple videos designed to help you stay strong, steady, and independent. Now let's move to number 3. Number 3. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt may look like a light snack, but for many older adults, it can be a very smart muscle support food. The first reason is simple: protein. Greek yogurt typically contains more protein than regular yogurt, and that makes it useful for breakfast, lunch, or even an evening snack. As we age, spreading protein across the day may be more helpful than getting most of it in just one meal. Many seniors eat a small breakfast, a modest lunch, and then try to catch up with dinner. But muscles benefit when the body receives protein more consistently. Greek yogurt can help fill that gap. It's soft, easy to eat, and convenient for people who may not always want meat, fish, or a full cooked meal. Second, Greek yogurt contains calcium, which supports bone health. Strong legs are not only about muscle, they also depend on the skeletal framework underneath. Third, yogurt with live cultures may help support gut health. And that matters more than people used to think. Your digestive system determines how well you break down and absorb the nutrients you eat. If digestion is poor, the body may not fully benefit from even a good diet. In recent years, scientists have become increasingly interested in the relationship between gut health and muscle health. While there is still more to learn, there is growing interest in how the gut may influence inflammation, nutrient absorption, and overall physical resilience. That makes Greek yogurt more than just a protein food. It may also support the system that helps your body use food properly. When choosing Greek yogurt, plain versions are usually the better option because flavored yogurts can contain a surprising amount of added sugar. If you want more flavor, add berries, cinnamon, chopped nuts, or a small drizzle of honey. You can also combine Greek yogurt with ground flaxseed or chia seeds for extra texture and nutrition. And if dairy doesn't agree with you, there are alternative high-protein yogurts on the market, though you'll want to compare labels because not all of them offer the same protein benefits. Greek yogurt is not flashy. It's not trendy. But it is practical, protein-rich, and senior-friendly. That's exactly the kind of food that earns a place on this list. Number 2. Beets. Beets may not be the first food people think about when they want stronger legs, but they might be one of the most interesting items on this list. Why? Because beets are naturally rich in dietary nitrates. As we mentioned earlier with leafy greens, nitrates can help the body produce nitric oxide, which supports blood vessel function and circulation. That means blood may move more efficiently to working muscles. For older adults, this matters because good circulation plays a major role in endurance, recovery, and physical comfort. If your legs feel tired quickly, if walking wears you out faster than it used to, or if your lower body just feels sluggish, blood flow is one factor worth thinking about. Beets are also popular in the fitness world for a reason. Some people use beet juice before activity because of its potential role in exercise performance. Now, does that mean beets will suddenly turn you into a marathon runner? Of course not. But for older adults trying to support mobility, every small edge matters. If a food helps your body deliver oxygen more efficiently during movement, that can be valuable. Beets also contain antioxidants and nutrients like folate, which contribute to general health. And the good news is, you don't have to eat them in a fancy way. You can roast them, slice them into salads, blend a small portion into smoothies, or buy cooked beets for convenience. Some people prefer beet juice, but whole beets are a great starting point. If you're new to beets, start small. Their earthy flavor can be strong at first. Pair them with citrus, olive oil, or a little vinegar to make them more enjoyable. One reason I like beets for older adults is that they remind us of something important. Not every helpful food works by building muscle directly. Some foods support the systems around the muscle: blood flow, recovery, oxygen delivery, vascular function. And when those systems improve, movement often feels better too. That's what makes beets such a strong number 2. Number 1. Extra virgin olive oil. Now we come to number 1. And for many people, this one is the biggest surprise of all. Extra virgin olive oil. Not butter substitutes. Not heavily processed seed-based dressings. Not fat-free products dressed up as health foods. Real, high-quality, extra virgin olive oil. So why does it rank at the top? Because extra virgin olive oil does something that many older adults need desperately. It helps support the body against excess inflammation while also making meals more nourishing and satisfying. Olive oil contains polyphenols, natural plant compounds known for antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. These compounds have drawn attention for their possible role in healthy aging, cardiovascular health, and overall resilience. And when it comes to movement, inflammation matters. Stiff joints, sore muscles, poor recovery, and general physical decline are often made worse when the body is constantly under inflammatory stress. Olive oil may help create a more supportive internal environment. But that's not the only reason it matters. Many vitamins and healthy foods are fat-soluble, which means they are absorbed better when eaten with fat. So when you drizzle olive oil over vegetables, you're not only adding flavor. You may also be helping your body absorb nutrients more effectively. That means olive oil doesn't just help on its own. It also helps the rest of your diet work better. Think about that for a moment. Eggs with olive oil. Spinach cooked in olive oil. Salmon with olive oil and herbs. Beets with olive oil and lemon. Greek yogurt on the side, with a meal that's already built around real food. Now you're not just eating isolated healthy items, you're building a pattern. And that pattern is what changes people over time. Another reason extra virgin olive oil stands out is that many seniors have spent decades fearing fat. They were taught that low fat automatically meant healthy. So they removed oils, skipped nourishing foods, and often ended up replacing them with refined carbohydrates, sugar-heavy products, or overly processed foods. But the body, especially the aging body, needs nourishment. It needs satisfaction. It needs meals that actually support energy and tissue maintenance. Olive oil can be part of that. Use it on vegetables. Use it over cooked fish. Dip whole grain bread in a small amount if that fits your eating style. Add it to soups or beans. Use it regularly, not excessively, but consistently. When people ask me what a stronger aging kitchen looks like, I think of foods that are simple, proven over time, and easy to use in real life. Extra virgin olive oil is exactly that. That is why it takes the number 1 spot. How to combine these foods for better results now? Here's the part many people miss. You do not need to eat all 6 foods in one day. And you do not need to build some perfect meal plan overnight. What matters most is combining these foods regularly with simple movement and enough overall nourishment. Because food works best when it becomes a habit, not a short burst of effort. Here's what that can look like. Breakfast could be eggs with spinach cooked in olive oil. Lunch could be salmon with leafy greens and roasted beets. A snack could be plain Greek yogurt with berries. Dinner could include vegetables drizzled with olive oil and another source of protein. That's not extreme. That's not a crash diet. That's just strategic eating. And here's another truth. Food alone is not enough. If you want stronger legs, the body also needs a reason to keep those muscles active. That means walking, standing up more often, light resistance exercises, chair squats, heel raises, step-ups. Even a short daily routine can make a difference. Muscles respond best when nutrition and movement work together. If you only eat better but never challenge the body, progress may be limited. If you only exercise but never give the body proper fuel, recovery may suffer. But when you combine the two, that's where real change begins. A few important reminders before we close. Let me share a few quick reminders. First, if you have kidney disease, swallowing problems, digestive issues, medication interactions, or a medical condition that affects your diet, Always check with your doctor or a qualified health professional before making major changes. Second, weakness in the legs is not always about diet. It can also be linked to nerve problems, poor circulation, joint disease, low vitamin levels, medication side effects, or other medical issues. So if your weakness is worsening, if you've fallen, or if your balance has changed suddenly, please take it seriously. Third, progress often starts quietly. Sometimes it's not dramatic at first. Sometimes it's simply this. You get out of a chair a little easier. You walk a little farther. You feel a little steadier. You trust your legs a little more. Those small wins matter, because small wins become momentum. And momentum changes lives. Closing so, let's quickly recap the 6 foods. Number 6, eggs. Number 5, salmon. Number 4, dark leafy greens. Number 3, Greek yogurt. Number 2, beets. And number 1, extra virgin olive oil. If your goal is to support stronger legs, better mobility, and more confidence in everyday life, these foods are a smart place to start. Not because they are magic. Not because one meal changes everything. But because your body is always listening to what you give it. And when you give it better support, better movement often follows. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from it. And if you're part of the Senior Health family, thank you for being here and taking your health seriously. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these foods do you already eat? And which one are you willing to add this week? Until next time, stay active, stay encouraged, and remember, getting older does not mean giving up. It means learning how to care for your body more wisely than ever before. And that wisdom can change everything.